हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू बद्रायस एकेडमी। आज ये वीडियो में वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द फिस्कल पॉलिसी, बट मोर देन द फिस्कल पॉलिसी, the important topic that we are going to discuss is the new budget which was announced on 1st February 2023। तो ये नया बजट क्या है, इस नया बजट का इंपॉर्टेंट हाइलाइट्स क्या है। बहुत सारा स्टूडेंट ने पूछे थे सर एक वीडियो बना के दे दीजिए, तो मैं सोचा था कुछ एक इंपॉर्टेंट हाइलाइट्स का वीडियो बना देता हूँ। और इसी में एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हम डिस्कस क्या करेंगे, बजट रिलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्या है, क्योंकि एग्जाम के पर्सपेक्टिव में अगर आप देखेंगे बजट रिलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट्स जो स्टैटिक पार्ट भी हम बोल सकते हैं कभी कभी, ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स में ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है। सो आई विल डिस्कस बोथ टुगेदर, बजट का नया अपडेट्स क्या है और बजट रिलेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्या है, एग्जाम के लिए कैसा प्रिपेयर करना है। उसके बाद ये जब यूट्यूब में लोड हो जाएगा तब आपको एक पीडीएफ फाइल मिलेगा। पीडीएफ फाइल में पूरा नोट्स रहेगा एंड इंपॉर्टेंटली द नोट्स विल आल्सो कैरी एमसीक्यू एट द एंड ऑफ द नोट्स। तो एमसीक्यू जो दिया है उसको सॉल्व करने को ट्राई करो। जब आप एमसीक्यू ट्रिक से सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपको कॉन्सेप्ट सब क्लियर हो जाएगा। एंड इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरीज देन यू कैन कॉन्टेक्ट अस, वी विल try to deal with whatever question, doubts, anything that arises in the process of solving the question. So now let's go to the budget. So now we start with the first basic concept, what is fiscal policy. Generally budget is just an instrument of fiscal policy. Normally हम budget के बाद ज्यादा बात करते हैं, लेकिन what is the budget? Budget is an instrument through which the fiscal policy is announced. So the context of studying the budget should be the fiscal policy. तो अभी देखिए fiscal policy क्या होता है। Fiscal policy is basically the policy of the government with regard to what aspects of the government का finance. That is the government का revenue policy. Revenue policy बोलने से क्या होता है, government का taxation policy, government का sources of income, government को कहाँ से किस source में income मिलेगा। सेकेंड वन इज कॉल्ड पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर पॉलिसी। एक्सपेंडिचर पॉलिसी में हम लोग क्या डिस्कस करते हैं, गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर कहां पर होता है, व्हाट आर द मेजर आइटम्स ऑन विच गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू स्पेंड मनी। नंबर 3 वी टॉक अबाउट बोरोविंग। व्हाट इज द बोरोविंग पॉलिसी, जब गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर ज्यादा होता है और रेवेन्यू मतलब इनकम कम हो जाता है, देन गवर्नमेंट विल हैव टू बोरो मनी। तो गवर्नमेंट कहां से पैसा बोरो करते हैं, what are the sources of borrowing government ka deficit financing, that is what we talk about government borrowing policy. And the last one, the fourth component जो होता है, it is called public debt management policy. ये public debt management policy में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, we try to focus on how the government is handling the debt, how it is repaid, who looks after the debt management of the government. So these four important components are together is called generally fiscal policy. In this context we will also look at the budget, what is the role of the budget, how does the budget come into play in the fiscal policy. Now before that I just want to give you some basic highlight, what are the major objectives of fiscal policy say in the Indian context. Now generally we assume फिस्कल पॉलिसी के द्वारा गवर्नमेंट क्या क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव करना चाहते हैं। नंबर 1 एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन, इफ यू सी हियर, इट इज व्हाट वी कॉल फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट। नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट, द गवर्नमेंट का पहला इंपॉर्टेंट फोकस है ऑल द पीपल हु आर इन द एज ग्रुप ऑफ लेबर फोर्स, दैट इज 15 to 59 or 60 years old. Those who are looking for job, they should be able to get a job. That is basically उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, full employment objective. Number 2 important objective होता है price stability. Price stability बोलने से क्या होता है, देश में ज्यादा इन्फ्लेशन भी नहीं होना चाहिए, वैसा डिफ्लेशन भी नहीं होना चाहिए। तो गवर्नमेंट को क्या करना चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट will have to try using the tools of fiscal policy. That means basically गवर्नमेंट का टैक्स पॉलिसी एंड गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर पॉलिसी टू कंट्रोल द प्राइस लेवल, दैट मींस इन्फ्लेशन. नंबर 3 इज द इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी. When you talk about economic stability, here the focus and the reference is the business cycle. When the economy goes through ups and downs, like what we call prosperity, recession, depression, recovery period, तो इस अप एंड डाउन मूवमेंट में क्या होता है, बहुत सारा इकोनॉमी का डिस्टर्बेंस होते हैं. सो इट इज द ड्यूटी एंड द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट टू मेक श्योर इकोनॉमी डज नॉट गो थ्रू टू मच ऑफ रिसेशंस. Number 4, that is number D. Here the important point is the equitable distribution. मतलब क्या है? We follow the socialist pattern of development in India, right? So what is the socialist pattern? The socialist model of economy, that we should not have the rich and poor too much. So this model, socialist model, rather we can say everyone should be in a way equal, so that egalitarian or equitable distribution of national income is also done through fiscal policy. Number E is what we call allocation. So today we will look at the budget allocation. तो गवर्नमेंट का हर साल का बजट में हमेशा डिस्कशन किसके बारे में होता है? गवर्नमेंट ने एजुकेशन के लिए कितना पैसा दिया, गवर्नमेंट ने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए कितना पैसा दिया, डिफेंस के लिए कितना दिया, राइट? सो एवरी सेक्टर या एवरी मिनिस्ट्री, इसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ने कितना फाइनेंस एलोकेशन किया है. दैट इज व्हाट वी नॉर्मली टॉक अबाउट एलोकेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेस. And the last one, the main focus of every budget and every government in India, so to say, their main focus is economic growth, generally what we call GDP growth. So you see, budget therefore is an instrument to achieve all these objectives which are actually part of fiscal policy. Now we come directly to budget. What is the budget? The budget basically means it is the annual financial statement of the government. इस annual financial statement में हम क्या देखते हैं? Normally we look at two things. One is the government का receipt and other one is government का expenditure. Okay. So for example, if you see, the union budget is basically the instrument through which fiscal policy is announced in every year, and normally what we see, this annual financial statement gives us what we call receipt as well as expenditure of the government. So now from exam point of view, what is important when we talk about the budget? Exam point of view में ये important होता है, budget को कौन prepare करते हैं. ये जो point इधर मैंने दिया है, this was actually asked both in UPSC as well as APSC. Who prepares the budget? So simple answer, Department of Economic Affairs. So the Department of Economic Affairs normally prepares the budget, but it is presented by the finance minister. So now if you remember, these are very simple thing you must have also done in polity subject. For example, it is presented by the finance minister in the parliament, all this how it is passed in the parliament, etc. Now from the general knowledge point of view, exam का एक सवाल हो सकता है, who presented the first budget, okay, after independence? Okay, that was R.K. Shanmugam Chetty, that is presented in 1947. Just a piece of information. Now look at the budget. This is the budget document, what we call budget at a glance. तो नॉर्मली जब हम बजट की बात करते हैं, बजट में एक्चुअली हमें क्या देखने मिलता है? सो प्लीज ट्राई टू कीप दिस पॉइंट इन माइंड. हर बजट में गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइड्स इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू 3 डिफरेंट ईयर्स. मतलब क्या है? इस साल का बजट में गवर्नमेंट ट्राइज टू गिव इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट 3 डिफरेंट ईयर्स. फॉर एग्जांपल इधर देखिए, ये जो बजट है ये 2023-24 का बजट है, मतलब आने वाला फ्रॉम अप्रैल से स्टार्ट होने वाला फाइनेंशियल ईयर का बजट है, दैट इज 23-24. लेकिन इसमें हम ये देख सकते हैं, दिस इज 22-23, दिस इज ऑल्सो 22-23. मतलब क्या है? वी हैव सम एस्टिमेट्स गिवन फॉर द लास्ट ईयर. That means the year which is now running, which is going to get over in मार्च। नाउ इन दिस हम क्या देखते हैं, दिस इज द बजट एस्टिमेट। ये जो बजट एस्टिमेट है, दिस एस्टिमेट वाज प्रेजेंटेड एक्चुअली लास्ट ईयर का बजट। अभी इसमें नया क्या है, इज दिस वन। नाउ गवर्नमेंट इज ट्राइंग टू शो अस द रिवाइज्ड एस्टिमेट ऑफ व्हाट एवर दे प्रेजेंटेड लास्ट ईयर। ओके, सो इफ यू पे अटेंशन, इस साल का बजट में 23-24 का बजट में वी गेट द रिवाइज्ड एस्टिमेट ऑफ प्रीवियस ईयर, दैट इज 22-23। In addition, we get the actual government का receipt and government का expenditure. Okay, so now if you see, this actual is given for 2021-22. So what a point I am trying to tell you. If government is presenting budget for 23-24, we get the revised estimate of 22-23 and we get the actual of 21-22. That means 3 different years are presented in this year का बजट, मतलब every year का बजट। तो हर साल बजट में ये अलग 3 चीज हमें देखने मिलता है। From here you can actually see what is the trend of the government का revenue, expenditure, etc. Okay, so now let's come to the understanding of the budget. How to understand the budget? How the budget is classified in India? इंडिया में नॉर्मली बजट का भी 2 क्लासिफिकेशन होता है। इसका पहला क्लासिफिकेशन है रेवेन्यू बजट एंड सेकंड क्लासिफिकेशन इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल बजट। इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये होता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द टाइप ऑफ money received by the government and type of expenditure made by the government, we classify the entry either as revenue budget or as a capital budget. मतलब क्या होता है? रेवेन्यू बजट में जो रिसिप्ट है, how do we decide whether it should be in revenue or it should be in capital receipt? For that we have a criterion or what we call the definition of the revenue receipt. So what is the revenue receipt? What is the revenue receipt? The revenue receipt is any receipt which does not affect, that means what, either increase or decrease government ka asset and liability. I repeat, revenue receipt is any receipt which does not increase or decrease government ka asset ya liability, then that such a receipt will be called revenue receipt. Okay, now then what is the revenue receipt? So you can look at this, you will get a good idea. When we talk about revenue receipt, the receipt category I have given it here. Okay, this chart, now it may not be visible to you, but don't worry, यही चार्ट आपको पीडीएफ में मिल जाएगा. You can look at the PDF file, so you can enlarge and zoom, you can download and you can view it properly. So now if you see, revenue receipts of the government can be classified into 2 categories. One is called tax revenue, other one is called non-tax revenue. Tax revenue में we have a direct tax and also we have indirect tax. Okay, now we have to look at it, how is the trend of direct tax, trend of indirect tax, etc. We'll come to that. Non-tax revenue refers to those type of income of the government which is received other than tax. For example, fee for government services, fines and penalty, dividend, interest received by the government and gifts received by government, या grant in aid, which is a technical term, a free money received by the government from official sources, and confiscation of property asset by government law, and money transferred from RBI, that is the RBI का dividend, RBI का surplus, etc. तो ये सब चीज होते हैं गवर्नमेंट का नॉन टैक्स रेवेन्यू, एंड दिस ऑल विल कम अंडर गवर्नमेंट का टैक्स रेवेन्यू. सो नाउ एग्जाम में आपको ऐसा भी सवाल पूछा जा सकता है, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग गिव्स मैक्सिमम इनकम या रेवेन्यू टू द गवर्नमेंट. तो उसके लिए हम बोल सकते हैं इन द पास्ट गवर्नमेंट का मैक्सिमम रेवेन्यू और इनकम बेसिकली केम फ्रॉम व्हाट वी कॉल कॉरपोरेशन टैक्स। अभी जो बजट है, नया बजट या पिछले साल का बजट भी आप देखिए, उसमें गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला कि जीएसटी के द्वारा उनको ज्यादा पैसा मिलने का प्रोस्पेक्ट है। ओके, नाउ द फर्स्ट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ आवर बजट, एज आई टोल्ड यू, वी टॉक अबाउट द रेवेन्यू बजट. In the revenue budget, I try to explain to you what is the revenue receipt. The same thing, if you look at it, in the revenue budget, the second part what we have, it is called revenue expenditure. Now, what is the revenue expenditure? How do we understand revenue expenditure? Now, if you look at this carefully, revenue expenditure में government क्या-क्या entry को रखते हैं? Here we have salary, subsidy given by the government, अलग-अलग टाइप का सब्सिडी होते हैं. Then scholarship given by government, pension, unemployment allowance. Main thing is this one, running of government departments, both center and state. Government का वो expenditure बहुत ज्यादा होता है, बड़ा expenditure है. Then we have a grant in aid and interest payment. This is a massive expenditure of the government, interest payment. Okay, so this is quite a big expenditure in the revenue expenditure. Then any other expenditure which does not create capital asset, actually that is also the definition of what is the revenue expenditure. Any expenditure which does not create capital asset is called revenue expenditure. So please try to keep in mind for your exam. In India, when you talk about classification of budget, first classification you should know that one classification is revenue, other classification is capital budget. तो revenue budget में क्या-क्या चीज आते हैं? We have a revenue receipt and revenue expenditure. उसके बाद आपको क्या याद रखना है एग्जाम के लिए? revenue receipt में क्या-क्या चीज आएंगे और expenditure में क्या-क्या आइटम आते हैं. अभी देखिए, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का दूसरा जो बजट का क्लासिफिकेशन होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल बजट. कैपिटल बजट में भी वैसा है, वी हैव अ कैपिटल रिसीट एंड कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. नाउ व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन? किस आइटम को हम कैपिटल बजट का रिसीट में डालेंगे, मतलब which are the item will go into capital receipt. For that we have a simple criterion, a concept. What is it? Any receipt, I repeat, any receipt which increases government का liability. Suppose देखिए, government का liability कब बढ़ता है? When government borrows money या takes loan, right? Therefore, loan borrowing will come under capital receipt. Second criterion हम बोलते हैं normally any receipt which reduces, मतलब government का जो asset को कम करता है, that is also capital receipt. For example, disinvestment. So normally we say any receipt which either increases liability या reduces government का asset, that will be entered in capital receipt. Okay, so if we keep the concept clear, rest is very easy. Similarly, which item will go in capital expenditure? Any expenditure which creates capital asset or any expenditure which reduces government ka liability, that will enter into capital expenditure. Another important thing you have to keep in mind, this revenue expenditure is normally considered to be unproductive, whereas capital expenditure is normally considered to be productive. तो सवाल ये होता है, अगर हमें हमारा देश को डेवलप करना है तो कैसा वाला एक्सपेंडिचर ज्यादा होना चाहिए? सिंपल, वी शुड हैव अ मोर एंड मोर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. अभी हम बजट को एनालाइज करेंगे, फिर देखेंगे कौन सा ज्यादा है. यू कैन गेस इट. नॉर्मली देखिए, इंडिया में कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर बहुत कम है एंड रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर बहुत ज्यादा है. दैट्स वन रीजन वी कैन से व्हाई वी डोंट हैव इनफ डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. नाउ द ट्रेंड ऑफ द बजट मैं थोड़े देर के बाद आपको दिखाऊंगा. द ट्रेंड ऑफ द बजट क्या बताता है? गवर्नमेंट इज नाउ इंक्रीजिंग कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर टू स्पीड अप द डेवलपमेंट एज वेल एज इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ. Okay, so these are some technical conceptual thing to understand the budget. So now we will proceed. Okay, so look at this one. I explained these four concepts, how we classify budget. That is the revenue budget, that is the revenue receipt and expenditure. Capital budget में capital receipt and capital expenditure. एग्जाम में इसी कॉन्सेप्ट्स के ऊपर आपको सवाल भी पूछा जाता है. Now, when we talk about government का revenue, we have to consider both the budgets. That is the revenue budget as well as the capital budget. Okay. So now, as I already shown you the chart, which items will come under revenue? That is the tax revenue में we have a direct tax and indirect tax. Non-tax में we have all this fee, fine, dividend, interest, gifts, grant in aid, etc. Now look at the government का trend. It was given in last year का budget. Therefore I have given here previous budget. मतलब पहला budget. उसमें देखिए government का tax का trend. This is as a percentage of GDP. So please try to understand what is this percentage of GDP. Government का जितना भी tax receipt हो रहा है, it is what percentage of India का GDP. Now if you see in 2022-23 budget, government ने क्या बोला? The tax receipt in GDP would be roughly about 10.7%. And here what you have these two, that is the direct tax and indirect tax. So this is direct and this is indirect. When the double cross is indirect and single box is direct. Okay, so you see direct tax is little higher than indirect tax. But you look at the new budget, इस साल का बजट 2023-24 का न्यू बजट. नया बजट में गवर्नमेंट का प्रोजेक्शन क्या है? व्हाट इज द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो? ये यूपीएससी में सवाल पूछा गया था. व्हाट इज द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो? नाउ लुक एट द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो. इट इज रफली अबाउट 11.1%. इसमें देखिए अगेन यू हैव दिस वन डायरेक्ट टैक्स एंड वी हैव indirect tax. So direct tax if you see as about 6%, indirect tax is only 5.1%. तो इसमें क्या सीखना है एग्जाम के लिए? क्वेश्चन के लिए एग्जाम में आपको सवाल ऐसा आ सकता है, between direct tax and indirect tax which one contributes maximum, right, to the government का tax collection? So the answer would be direct tax, which contributes about 6% what they have given now. Okay, so now please try to understand government of India का tax का trend. It is not a very good sign. It is not growing much. It went up, coming down, no, going up and down. Still this 11% is very low. We should at least go beyond 25-30%. Okay, because in India what is the problem? Why this tax revenue is less in GDP? We have a lot of black money. People don't pay tax. You know, that is the issue. Now let's look at some of the proposal given in the budget with regard to tax. The main thing, ये तो सबको पता होगा, गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला? पहले हम लोग जब टैक्स पे करते थे, you don't have to pay tax up to 5 lakh. Now that 5 lakh का जो लिमिट है, it has been increased to 7 lakh. Now up to 7 lakh you don't have to pay tax. That means you can take a rebate, whatever. Okay, so that's the point here given. Now another important thing what I want to bring to your notice is this one. ये सवाल अगर नया बजट से क्वेश्चन आते हैं तो आपको पूछा जा सकता है. प्रीवियस सिस्टम जो था इनकम टैक्स का स्लैब, here we had a 6 slabs. Okay, keep in mind we had a 6 slab in the previous system. Now the government is trying to provide how many slabs? Only 5 slab. So the government clearly says, I propose to change the tax structure in this regime by reducing the number of slabs to 5 and increase the tax exemption limit to 3 lakh from earlier 2.5. Okay, so now nil is not a slab, therefore you have slab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the new system? 3 to 6 lakh, 3 to 9, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 15. You see, easy to calculate, 3 lakhs. And also here it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, and the last one is the 30. So what is the highest rate of on income tax? It is 30%. That also you remember, right? So the highest rate in India currently proposed is only 30%. Okay, so the same thing is given in the form of a diagram, that is a tax slab. So we have 5 slabs. Okay, so now the point is what government is also reducing what we can say surcharge. Now what is this surcharge? सरचार्ज का कॉन्सेप्ट याद रखिए, फाइनेंस का कुछ एग्जाम में पूछा गया था. व्हाट इज सरचार्ज? बहुत सिंपल है. सरचार्ज इज अ टैक्स ऑन अनदर टैक्स. मतलब क्या है? सपोज मैं इनकम टैक्स पे कर रहा हूं. सपोज आई एम सपोज टू पे से 1 lakh एज अ टैक्स. नाउ इफ देयर इज अ सरचार्ज, व्हाट डज इट मीन? ऑन दैट 1 lakh वॉट एवर आई एम पेइंग टू गवर्नमेंट, I have to pay the surcharge. Suppose surcharge is 10%, then what will happen? I have to pay 1 lakh as my income tax. On that 1 lakh, 10% of another 10,000 I have to pay as extra. That will what we call surcharge. Now this surcharge normally falls on the income of rich people. Not the everybody doesn't have to pay surcharge. Only the rich people. Now who is the rich people? Who pays surcharge? Only those जिसका इनकम इज अबव 50 lakhs in a year. Okay, now there are, for that also there are different things are there, 10%, 15%, etc. Now what has happened? Pay attention. Earlier system में क्या था? The maximum surcharge जो गवर्नमेंट ने पहले लगाया था, that maximum surcharge was 37%. अभी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया? गवर्नमेंट विल गो 1 step लोअर टू द अर्लियर लोअर लेवल ऑफ 25%. तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है? अर्लियर हम लोग 37% सरचार्ज पे करते थे, मतलब द सुपर रिच पीपल अबव 5 crore एक्सेट्रा. नाउ दैट हैज बीन रिड्यूस्ड टू हाईएस्ट लेवल इज ओनली 25% ऑफ सरचार्ज. इट मीन्स अर्लियर इन इंडिया the effective rate of tax, which was 42%, has now been reduced to 39%. तो ये भी सवाल पूछा जाने का पॉसिबिलिटी है, हाउ मच इज द हाईएस्ट इफेक्टिव रेट ऑफ टैक्स इन इंडिया? दैट इज अ पर्सनल इनकम टैक्स आई एम टॉकिंग. दैट इज ओनली 39%, right? Normally how do they calculate it? They calculate how much tax you are paying divided by your income, multiply by 100, it will give you percentage. So it will come to 39%. Okay, so this is the new announcement made in the budget with regard to government ka tax. Okay, now some information which was given in the budget which I thought to be interesting. The government says the taxpayer ka portal is receiving now enough of tax return. Okay, about 72 lakh per day. So they processed about 6.5 crore returns last year. Very interesting data. Okay, capital receipt I already explained to you. Any receipt which either increases government ka liability या reduces government ka asset, that is recovery of loan, income from disinvestment, and borrowing from whatever sources. So now if you see, from where does the government get money? गवर्नमेंट को पैसा कहां से मिलता है? We have a corporation tax, income tax, customs, union excise, GST, and so this part. Okay, so if you see here what I am trying to tell you, corporation, income, custom, union excise, GST, this will all be coming under what category? This all will be tax revenue. So maximum money government of India gets from tax revenue. Here you see non-tax receipt is only 6. Okay, and this part what we see here, this is what we call capital receipt. जैसे मैंने आपको पहला ही कॉन्सेप्चुअल बताया था, गवर्नमेंट का बजट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू, रेवेन्यू रिसिप्ट एंड कैपिटल रिसिप्ट अंडर द रेवेन्यू एंड कैपिटल बजट. Now what I am trying to tell you is the actual data given by government. If you see here, this corporation, income tax, custom, all this will be part of which budget? Revenue budget, and it will come under revenue receipt. And non-tax receipt is also revenue receipt under the revenue budget, right? These two, borrowing and other liability and non-debt capital receipt, only these two will come under capital budget. Now you can ask a question, out of all these sources of revenue, which one is proposed to give more? So you definitely answer here is the GST. The GST proposes to give about 17%, मतलब 17 पैसे out of the total income of the government. लेकिन ये भी याद रखिए, जीएसटी आने के पहले इंडिया में गवर्नमेंट को सबसे ज्यादा इनकम कहां से मिलता था? दैट वुड बी कॉर्पोरेशन टैक्स. सो डोंट फॉरगेट दैट. नाउ इफ यू लुक एट इट हियर, गवर्नमेंट का रिसिप्ट ऑफ इनकम, फ्रॉम वेयर इट कम्स. ओके, नाइसली दे हैव गिवन इट इन डिफरेंट कलर. द नॉन डेप्ट कैपिटल रिसिप्ट, मतलब कैपिटल बजट, okay, which is called income except borrowing, that is the disinvestment, recovery of loan, very little, only 0.8. Non-tax revenue, this is also very little, but maximum comes from where? Government ka tax revenue. This whole thing is the tax revenue. So simple we can say, government of India is surviving on the tax payment of the people. Okay, so tax is the major contribution to government ka revenue. Okay, so this kind of question prelims में आएगा. So for example, if you see here, APSC में सवाल पूछा था, which is the most important source of income for government of India? Answer here would be income tax. Now it will be, the option is given GST, you can put GST. Okay, also 2014 में सवाल पूछा था, गवर्नमेंट गेट्स मैक्सिमम इनकम, हियर द आंसर वुड बी कॉर्पोरेशन टैक्स. मतलब क्या है, ये जो सोर्सेस ऑफ रेवेन्यू है गवर्नमेंट का, उसमें से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आ सकता है. सो यू प्रिपेयर दैट वेरी वेल. नाउ लुक एट द गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर पॉलिसी. जैसे मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको डायग्राम दिखाया था, एक्सपेंडिचर कैन बी पुट अंडर रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर एज वेल एज capital expenditure. Okay, so now revenue expenditure, I already explained to you, any expenditure which does not create capital asset, that is what we call revenue expenditure. If you want to read the full detail, you can pause the video and read that. Okay, I have given the information on revenue expenditure. Similarly, I already explained what is capital expenditure. Okay, so what is the capital expenditure? Which creates asset? Yeah, it reduces liability. How does it reduce liability? If you see here, this one, repayment of loan. जब government loan repay करते हैं, what happens? Our liability reduces. Now the point is, look at the government का trend. Okay, government का trend in capital expenditure. This is very important क्योंकि the current government led by Prime Minister Modi, they are very much talking about increasing capital expenditure because it will also develop Indian economy, right? So if you see here, capital expenditure, here it was 4.5, here also 4.5, but after that from 2018-19, capital expenditure is going up like this. Okay, that means what? The government is now increasing the capital expenditure. So exam में क्वेश्चन आएगा, in the last 5 years capital expenditure is increasing, decreasing, constant? So the answer is simple, it is increasing. So don't forget that. So now here I have given you a quick comparison between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Already chart मैंने दिया था, but this will be able to help you to distinguish. Okay, क्योंकि एग्जाम में ये भी पूछा जाएगा, like which comes under which budget. ओके, यूपीएससी में एक बार सवाल आया था, वी विल डिस्कस दैट. नाउ यू सी गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर कहां जाता है, यार एक पॉइंट मैं आपको थोड़ा हाईलाइट करना चाहता हूं। एक पॉइंट क्या है, दिस इज द इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट। रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर में गवर्नमेंट का एक बड़ा एक्सपेंडिचर इज द इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट ऑन द लोन्स टेकन। Okay, you see this is the highest 20, others are less 17, 9, 8, 4, whatever, even defense is only 8 rupees we can say, or 8 paisa. Okay, so lot of money government spends, or in a way we can say it's a waste of money for us as a whole country when you are paying interest. But anyway, if the interest is paid inside India, then it is no loss, but if it goes outside, then it is a loss. So now what is the trend of government ka major expenditure? Also you can see social welfare, urban development, health, education, transport. So government is spending a lot of money on different areas. Okay, now look at the allocation. When government is spending money, where is it spending? So Ministry of Defense 5.94 lakh, Ministry of Road Transport 2.7, railways, different details are given here. This is given from the new budget ka highlight. Okay, so now you see this shows also government ka priority, where money is allocated. This is what we call allocation of resources function of the fiscal policy. Also, if you look at the scheme wise, government is spending a lot of money. Like for example, if you see pharmaceutical industry, drinking water, Jal Jeevan Mission, प्रधान मंत्री हाउसिंग फॉर ऑल, सो डिफरेंट स्कीम्स के ऊपर भी गवर्नमेंट इज स्पेंडिंग मनी। नाउ एग्जाम में एक पॉइंट याद रखिएगा, ये सब स्कीम भी आपको पूछा जाने का पॉसिबिलिटी है, लेकिन इस स्कीम के लिए कितना पैसा खर्चा किया ऐसा तो सवाल ज्यादा आता नहीं है, बट ये स्कीम क्या है, ये स्कीम किसके लिए है वो पूछा जा सकता है, राइट? सो यू प्लीज कवर द इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम. So to summarize the budget ka classification, we have two types of budget, revenue budget as well as the capital budget. Now let's look at the trend, very important to understand. Now you see we said there are two types of budget, revenue budget and capital budget. अभी देखिए इंडिया में रेवेन्यू रिसीव्ड हमेशा ज्यादा है, इट इज 26.3 लाख करोड़, whereas capital received कितना है, only 18.7 lakh crore. Okay, so which is more, revenue received or capital received? Answer is directly clear, revenue received. Same way expenditure देखिए इंडिया में, हमने पहले बोला था देश का डेवलपमेंट के लिए कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर अच्छा है, ज्यादा होना चाहिए, लेकिन देखिए हमारा एक्सपेंडिचर में कौन सा ज्यादा होता है, revenue expenditure 35 lakh crore, whereas capital expenditure is only 13.7 lakh crore. That means what, we are spending more, revenue expenditure is greater than capital expenditure. Okay, so this kind of a trend exam में आने का possibility है. So what is the conclusion to understand? Revenue receipt is greater than capital receipt, and revenue expenditure is also greater than capital expenditure. Now question, यूपीएससी में सवाल कैसा आया था इस टॉपिक के ऊपर, which of the following is are included in capital budget? Okay, so you see expenditure on acquisition of assets like road, building, this is actually capital expenditure. This one, loans received, it's a capital receipt. Loans given is a capital expenditure. Therefore all three are part of capital budget. So why I explained to you what is the revenue budget, what is the capital budget, because exam में direct question आ सकता है. If you don't know the concept, then it will be very difficult. Understanding budget is not just knowing, what is the tax, how much is the tax, that is okay, that is only the data, but concept should be very clear. What is the revenue budget, what is capital budget, what goes into revenue budget and what goes into capital budget. एग्जाम में ये आपको क्वेश्चन बन जाएगा, so please keep the concept clear. Now if you look at the deficit, what is the deficit? Deficit is when we say expenditure is greater than the income or what we call receipt. Okay. So now in India, our budget may we have 4 deficit concepts which are given in every budget. But out of these 4, exam के लिए most important one is the number 1, fiscal deficit, and the second one is what we call revenue deficit. Now what is fiscal deficit? Simple. Total expenditure, from there you minus total income. If the expenditure is more, then it will be called fiscal deficit. Similarly, what is revenue deficit? From the revenue expenditure, you minus revenue receipt. It will be called revenue deficit. Now, according to our FRBM Act, that is the Fiscal Responsibility Budget Management Act, our fiscal deficit was supposed to be 3% of GDP. That was the target. By 21, we are supposed to achieve this. But now, you see, it is already about 5.9. Earlier, though, it was even more. So, we have not yet achieved the target, though government said what? By 25-26, they will try to reach 4.5% of GDP. Same way, revenue deficit supposed to be 0. But 2018-19, government made an amendment to FRBM Act saying what? They will not target this, the revenue deficit and all that. So, it doesn't matter now, but still it is 2.9. But according to original FRBM Act, revenue deficit supposed to be 0. So, exam ke liye, what you have to study is the trend. Now, trend is what? Fiscal deficit is going down. Revenue deficit is also going down from 4 to 2, 6 to 5, right? It is going down. So, don't say it is increasing, but now last 3 years at least it is decreasing. So, if you see here, I want you to pay little attention to this part. UPSC में ऐसा trend के ऊपर question पूछते हैं both. For example, you see this one. This is the fiscal deficit. This one, it was going down, but after some time, after our economic slowdown, it went up. This is the COVID का समय. It was too high because government had no income received in taxes, all lockdown. So there was a shortage. Now again deficit is going down. Revenue deficit, sorry, fiscal deficit. Number 2, what we have here is the revenue deficit. It also was reducing, but then again it went up. Now government is trying to control it. But still you see, last budget it was 4.1, quite high. So these 2 deficit concept exam में आने का possibility है. इनका trend क्या है एक बार देख लीजिए. तो this chart is very useful for that. And this same file you will find it in the same our YouTube channel. We will post this file so that you can see it also clearly. Okay. Now exam में question कैसा आते हैं इस topic के ऊपर? If you see, tax revenue as a percent of GDP of India increased in the last 1 decade. So what will be the answer? No, it has not steadily increased. What about fiscal deficit as a percentage of GDP? It has steadily increased in the last 1 year. Answer is no, because fiscal deficit goes up and down. Not correct. This already we discussed. Now the 4th one is the public borrowing policy. तो गवर्नमेंट का borrowing policy में हम लोग क्या डिस्कस करते हैं? Government normally borrows money from 2 sources. One is called internal debt, other one is called external debt. Internal मतलब inside India, external is outside sources. So internally government borrows from RBI. It is also called WMA, ways and means advance. मतलब क्या है? Temporary requirement के लिए government borrows from RBI, from their cash balance. Then money market, that means borrowing for short term, and capital market borrowing for long term. Short term money market में government issues treasury bills. Long term, that is the capital market borrowing, government normally uses what we call bonds. So bonds are used in capital market, treasury bills are used in money market. आउटसाइड एक्सटर्नल सोर्स में गवर्नमेंट कहां से बोरो करते हैं? वी हैव वर्ल्ड बैंक, IMF, एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक, न्यू डेवलपमेंट बैंक, AIIB, etc. These are the major international institution. From there we borrow. Now, as I already told you, short term government uses treasury bill, long term bonds. Treasury bills are issued only by center and also it is issued at a discount. Matlab what? There is no interest and it is normally issued up to 1 year period. Similarly, if you look at long term, government issues bonds. Bonds are issued by center and state. State ka it is called state development loan. Okay. Then bonds normally have interest. If there is no interest, it is called zero coupon bonds. Okay. So now look at these sources. Government का borrowing का sources किधर है, क्या है? That's what highlight is given. So this is the market borrowing, that is the green color what you see here, that is the maximum. Market borrowing is borrowing from money market, capital market, all that. तो APSC में borrowing के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आया था, like which of the following government borrows? That is the Reserve Bank of India. That is a very simple. लेकिन कुछ टफ क्वेश्चन भी ऐसा आ सकता है यूपीएससी लेवल में. मोस्ट ऑफ इंडिया का एक्सटर्नल डेब्ट इज ओन्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. आंसर इज रॉन्ग. एक्सटर्नल डेब्ट इज मोस्टली ओन्ड बाय प्राइवेट सेक्टर. ऑल ऑफ इंडिया का एक्सटर्नल डेब्ट इज नॉमिनेटेड ओनली इन यूएस डॉलर. दैट इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. व्हाई? वी हैव अ यूएस डॉलर, ऑल्सो वी हैव अ जापानीज येन, IMF का SDR. Like masala bonds are denominated in Indian rupee. Therefore, this option is also wrong. So the answer would be neither 1 nor 2. This FRBM Act मैंने आपको बताया था. The government supposed to keep fiscal deficit how much? That is the 3% of GDP. That is supposed to be by 2020-21. लेकिन अभी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला? Fiscal deficit, they will try to reach the level at least 4.5% of GDP by 2025-26. Okay, so we are not going to immediately achieve the FRBM ka target. Okay, so these were the various amendments made to the FRBM. So the last one was made in 2018 where the target was fixed for 3% of GDP. Okay. So now look at the government ka debt. Government ka debt which was more than 60%, okay, in 2004, now it has come down to somewhere around 56%. Okay, so that is the union government's debt to GDP ratio. Okay, so how much is government ka total debt? Now according to FRBM, central government ka debt should not be more than how much? 40%. Right, but it shows here about 56. So these are some general question which comes for exam. Which of the following is responsible for budget? That is the economic affair. And if also UPSC में same question was asked whether the budget is prepared by revenue department. That is wrong. Okay, so basic question from the budget आपको एग्जाम में बोथ यूपीएससी एंड एपीएससी लेवल में पूछा जाते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट आई ऑलरेडी शोड यू. 11.1% इज द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो. सो व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला? हाउ मच वी कलेक्ट टैक्स रेवेन्यू डिवाइड बाय जीडीपी. इट गिव्स यू टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो. राइट, सो इफ यू सी द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो इज नाउ 11.1% currently. This is from the budget. Similarly, we have another concept called debt to GDP ratio. How much is the government ka debt as a percentage of GDP? So debt divided by GDP gives you that. So as I told you earlier, the center and state combined, the debt cannot be more than 60% of GDP. But if you see here, general government earlier it was about 74. Center alone is more than 40. तो उसमें भी हम लोग टारगेट का फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं, सेंटर सपोज टू बी 40 बट इट इज ऑलरेडी 56। ये सब कॉन्सेप्ट यूपीएससी लेवल में भी प्रीलिम्स में पूछते हैं। एपीएससी में इतना डिटेल तो शायद नहीं आएगा, बट यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड इन द करंट गवर्नमेंट का बजट। ओके, सो देयरफॉर दिस टैक्स रेवेन्यू, फिस्कल डेफिसिट, ये सब आपको पूछा जाता है। Now, what are the some new highlights in the new budget? Government has spoken about 7 important priorities in the budget. Okay, that is the inclusive development, reaching the last mile people, youth empowerment, financial sector, green GDP, that means less pollution. Okay, so all this is what they call it as a Amrit Kal. Okay, so please remember there are 7 top priorities and these names also maybe you have to remember. If not for prelim, mains में ये सब topic में कुछ ना कुछ आपको आ जाएगा। Now main focus of the government is this topic, inclusive growth, inclusive development. हमारा जो स्टूडेंट है उनको मैंने तो ये पूरा एक फुल चैप्टर करके पढ़ाया, inclusive growth and inclusive development. Okay, so we will be discussing more details about this inclusive development in that inclusive development chapter. Okay, but the important point here is that you should remember various activities done by government for different sector like health, agriculture and social security, etc. Okay, now for example, if you see, government has mentioned here different schemes on which they are spending money for also inclusive growth, like we have got Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Yojana. This is for the accident insurance, this is for life insurance. PM Kisan, you will know, this is for the farmers, the 3 installments 2000 they were giving. Okay, now this is the what we call Swachh Bharat Mission, that is the what we can say toilet construction, all that. Ujjwala for LPG, right? So now government is trying to say what they are doing to achieve various things. Okay, so that's what I try to provide here. These are some highlights given in the budget. It shows that you have to keep in mind this inclusive development and schemes related to inclusive development exam में आ जाएगा। Infrastructure, this is the main focus of the government currently. PM Gati Shakti Yojana, don't forget that PM Gati Shakti Yojana, all that is related to this. Okay, so now what the government is trying to say, that government will increase the expenditure, that is the capital expenditure, capital budget. Okay, so as a result क्या होगा, देश का डेवलपमेंट होगा, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होगा। एंड ऑल्सो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कैन ऑल्सो increase their capital expenditure. They have provided some facility where they can increase their borrowing by 0.5%. Okay, that is the very interesting part. Okay, now green growth, ये भी मैंने आपका क्लास में एक टॉपिक का डिस्कशन किया है, ग्रीन जीडीपी. What is green GDP? Basically, from the GDP, what we have to do, we have to minus depreciation, so we get what we call NDP, that is a net domestic product. Now what we have to do for green GDP, from the NDP we have to do one more depreciation. For what? For damage to nature, that is air, water, forest cutting, all that. So when you minus this depreciation from the NDP, the leftover will be what we call the green GDP. But here we are talking about green growth. That means what? Without polluting much, can you have an economic growth? You know, that is the main focus here. So therefore you see here the focus is what? Renewable energy, less polluting energy, etc. So that's what government is talking about, investment, etc. So this will be definitely a topic for mains also. Okay, if not for the upcoming prelim, but mains definitely it will be a topic to study. Now the government also talks about promoting youth, that is the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Then we are promoting tourism sector. Okay, also setting up what we call the unity malls for You know, there was a important project called one district one product. That means every district will identify one product and specialize in that, so that it can be exported to foreign country. It will create employment, growth of the district, etc. तो अगर आपको ये टॉपिक क्लियर नहीं है तो एक बार देख लीजिए, वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम ऑल्सो मेंशन्ड इन द बजट. फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में गवर्नमेंट एक्चुअली talked about what are the benefits they can provide, also using the modern techniques, okay, communication and other things. So credit guarantee for MSME, this was to announced during our COVID time only, but some modifications they have done. Okay, now one new thing also they offered for women, that is a one time new small saving scheme for 2-year period, where the deposit is up to 2 lakh only for women. So nothing very highlight, a big thing I found in this financial sector, okay, except for one or two, but not likely much to come from this part. Okay, fiscal management, this is a very interesting thing. Government ने क्या बोला, they will give 50-year interest free loans to states, so states can borrow money from whatever sources and they have to spend it mostly on, so far we are discussing the government ka big focus is this one, capital budget ka capital expenditure. Okay, so for that purpose fiscal deficit of the state government, that is the GSDP, is allowed to be increased, right, 0.5% tied to power sector reforms, so they can have a 3.5% of their deficit. Okay, this I already told you, government ka fiscal deficit will be 4.5%, they are targeting by 25-26, not immediately. So now these are what we can say the major highlight of the budget. So I try to combine budget with concepts relating to budget. If I only say this is the highlight, this is the data, it doesn't make sense. लेकिन concept के साथ सब हम अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे, एग्जाम में इजी हो जाएगा. नाउ ये जो टॉपिक है बजट का टॉपिक एंड फिस्कल पॉलिसी का टॉपिक, इसका हमने एक पीडीएफ फाइल बनाया है, उसमें पूरा चैप्टर का डिटेल है और उसमें मल्टीपल चॉइस भी क्वेश्चन दिया है. सो यू विल गेट दिस पीपीटी पार्ट ऑफ दिस वीडियो, द सेम लिंक यू विल फाइंड इट. प्लस ये जो पीपीटी है, ओके, this also we will put it in a what we can say, the presentation also in PDF format, so in case you want to download and see the images or the text and all, you can do that. So wish you all the best for the preparation for the prelims, and do study, because fiscal policy and budget is an important topic for preparation.